Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the Combined Squadron Brief for 402 and 182 Squadrons on the 26th of December at 1944. Current time is 12:20 hours. Roll call. So section leads for today is Trace here.
Here.
Davies.
Yo.
Excellent. No significant limitations to speak of today. We've got a good number of folks and everything's looking good for the operation. Warner, you should have had eyes on that in the Discord channel. If not, you can check it afterwards. And we will be going through parts of it here anyway. Question policy, if we can keep all comments and questions to the end, please, and we'll crack this as quickly as we can, get ourselves ready. So the environment then. Significant areas to be aware of. We have Krefeld, Düsseldorf, Jülich, Cologne, Bonn, Euskirchen, Monschau, Saint-Vith, Houffalize. We have two missions today. The southern area will be the first. The northern area will be most likely area for the second. So those are the main points of navigation we'll be using. Situation map then. We have 2nd British in the north, 9th US, then moving through the 30 Corps and 30 Corps and 1st US in the south. Much the same as it was earlier today, no real changes. Again, the Allied Airspace Control Plan has not changed in the last 6 days, it is as before. For the Allied Warner, then, Information Gulf is still extant. No change there. There is no update to the Allied HQ, and we're still using the visual run and break at all airfields. Concurrent air ops today, some 19th TAC and 84 Group Typhoon sorties may operate outside their assigned areas. Positive identification of otherwise unknown aircraft is essential. Nuthouse will keep us abreast of these when known, but we can't guarantee that the aircraft we see that are unidentified are hostile. Nuthouse, we have manning the Nuthouse for both phases today. The first sortie, we'll be looking at a coverage down low, reducing range. For phase 2, we'll have better long range performance, focusing on high altitude targets. Information Gulf, as mentioned, remains extant, no change. We will be beyond the Bonn line, so we will be able to prosecute targets as freely as we like. On crossing the front line either way, we'll have to ask any permission unless it shoots at us. We should be familiar with the visual run and break. Remains extant as normal. Battle space then, we have Sweep Alpha, Cap Bravo, and Sweep Charlie. These are the main effort for all counter-air operations today. The Met, unchanged from this morning. No clouds, no precipitation. The early morning mist that we were experiencing this morning will be almost entirely burned off, so should be clear, good visibility. Wind remains from the west. Temperature remains cold, and we're still at 1020 millibars. So as mentioned earlier, the Allied ground situation is unchanged. The main efforts are still, as you can see, on the northern effort of the northern part of the German offensive, and we're still pushing to try and retake Bastogne in the south. Commander's intent then. We have attack, air interdiction and strike, coordination and reconnaissance. Tasks will continue to erode enemy force capability. The destruction of enemy units, equipment and personnel prior to the front line will reduce threat to friendly forces on the ground. The second part of Commander's intent is control of the air. So 2 TAF, 9th US Air Force and 8th US Army Air Force fighter screens will focus on the protection of friendly forces and the destruction of enemy Air Force assets behind the front line. Fighter units will establish local air superiority to ensure freedom of action for friendly attack missions. So the scheme of maneuver is to hit the enemy at their weakest, primarily interdiction for the first part of the mission, and for DCA in the second part of the mission. So I'm going to crash through quite quickly now. So our missions and tasks then, you can see that in the first portion of the, in phase 1, we have primarily attack focused. And in the second phase, we have a fairly balanced set of control of the air and attack. So Knuckle are attacking transport center at Houffalize, escorted by Boxer. And there's us, 182 Squadron Dingo. We are air interdiction on tanks and transports north of Houffalize, so we'll be in the vicinity close to Knuckle, but we should be there before they hit. Dixie, the 9th Air Force P-38s, are hitting transports and supplies to our east, so we can expect to run close to them. And we have Thunder performing DCA, defensive counter-air, in the vicinity of our targets. They will be the most likely to help us out if we run into any Jerry. Phase 2 then, us again as McDuff. We are on QRA. We will be reacting to the enemy based on Nuthouse's view of the battlefield. Nomad are in Cap Bravo. Cobra are in Sweep Charlie, forming the only offensive counter-air of today's sorties. Boxer hitting targets near Oistkirchen. Thunder, rail repair yards, and Slipper are interdicting an airfield at Krefeld. Execution for us then, missions and tasks, 182 Squadron. Air interdiction, we are hitting the tanks and transports, as mentioned, reported north of Houffalize at 2916.8. Supporting assets, we have Thunder in Sweep Alpha, and as mentioned, we have Dixie, who are also hitting ground targets to our east, but they're normally up for a fight if we need it. Phase 2, 402 Squadron, we are on a defensive counter-air sortie on QRA. I've run through the readiness states here, so we will start at 1350, which is 5 minutes after our RTB time for Dingo. We will start available, so that will be in this channel, but we will be in the server, ready to spawn, but not spawned. We will then be called to any of the following, hopefully in order, but not necessarily. Cockpit readiness, which we will change to channel D. Spawning in, leaving our engines off, will be in aircraft ready to go. We can then come to ready, which will be remaining in channel D. We will switch engines on, taxi, form up, and await scramble instruction. And I don't think I need to write it down. Scramble means get in the air, go and shoot some bad guys. Supporting us, potentially Nomad and Cobra in Cap Bravo and Sweep Charlie respectively, but that does slightly depend on where we get sent when we're scrambled. So we may be working with them, we may be on our own. Execution for phase 1 will be spawning in at 1300. It'll be a quick taxi to get up nice and quickly at 1305. We should make good time and hit the IP around 1314. And then on target from 1317. We do have a little bit of wiggle room as we have nearly half an hour to make the return journey, but we are tight on time. The entire sortie time is only 45 minutes. We are to land at 1345, so we have to be on it today. We also then have 5 minutes before spawn time for phase 2, 1350. Takeoff and any further action before landing is on order from Nuthouse. We have an RTB time of 1600, although that may be dependent on Nuthouse's tasking and other counter-air options in the area. Chain of command then will be myself, followed by Drace, followed by Davies, followed by Affection, and continuing on down from there. Section leaders will be myself, red 1, Davies, yellow 1, Drace, blue 1, Nerf, green 1. Nav will be myself, check nav will be Drace. Comms are on channel Bravo for both phases, and the formation will be as standard left-hand finger 4, although onto the Orbat you'll see that we're not all in sections. So for phase 1 we have a 4-ship in red, myself, Gemma, Killshot and Django. Yellow is a Vic, Davies, Princess and Bob. B-Flight blue is a finger 4 again, Drace, Millo, Digby and Guido, with a 2-ship green, finishing us off Nerf with Hot Dog. Phase 1 we're at Liège with a very legitimate diagram. Thank you for this, Nerf. So obviously to take off into the wind, it's going to be a very quick taxi across to get, what I may end up doing is bringing us down to the southwest corner and taking off, southeast corner, apologies, and taking off small with some crosswind, just to shorten the total taxi time as we are so quick up in the air. Phase 1 route will be takeoff 1305, IP at Manhay 1314. There's then, you can't quite see it probably, there's a road that runs down from Manhay to Houffalaise. Tanks and transports should be to the eastern side of that road, so we will follow that road into target, intending to bring them up on our left wing, so it'll be right-hand echelons to make our rocket attacks. Will be an exit heading of north, and if you re-attack, then you extend back north, come in via the IP, and turn left onto target again if other sections are involved. Otherwise, it'll be at the section leader's discretion. All circuits onto and off target are left-hand, please. RV, SPA. This is also our ERV, so if we're attacked by bandits, or if you get separated, make it to SPA, and we will rendezvous there. That's not that far from Liège, so we have a secondary option of an ERV at Liège itself. It's not that far away, and if bandits are to our east, we may run further west. Finally, RTB IP is as standard, just to the eastern side of the river in Liège itself. RTB then, at Liège, we will land into the wind, east or west. It's a nice open field, we won't struggle. Phase 2, Orbat, slightly reduced, we lose Guido to ground control, we lose Killshot to real life. So Digby and Django will be moving to red 3 and 4. Yellow remains unchanged, and what was green section is absorbed into blue, so Trace, Meadow, Affection, and Hot Dog. We are at Diest, which looks remarkably similar to Liège. When we are, as long as we are brought to readiness in order, as detailed earlier, we'll be making a taxi to the eastern end and lining up from north to south, so red, yellow, blue. If we're brought straight to scramble for any reason, we'll do the same kind of thing and go to the southeastern corner, whatever that looks like, and taking off to the northwest to expedite the launch. Phase 2 then. There is no route because we don't know where we're going. Obviously, Cap Bravo, Swoop Charlie are the two currently manned areas that will have other aircraft in them potentially for us to work with, although whether they'll be on station by the time we're actually up, so we may be on our own for a bit. Bingo for Liège is approximately the line of the front line, so at 25 gallons, if we're near the front line, we will be coming back. And Joker, if we're anywhere near the Rhine, we have to get back at 45 gallons. Landing then from the east as normal. Execution then threat. The enemy air threat remains extant, although we are generally able to keep them back from the front line. We are looking at 190s and 109s as normal. The surface to air threat is still concentrated around frontline and specific points on the around towns and cities. As you can see from this map, all of the blue circles are the concentrations of flak. Service support is as before. Every airfield has rearm refuel capabilities and is available as a diversion. Liège is our primary diversion if possible, although we may, on the Spitfire sortie, be considering some of the northern ones if we get sent north due to the reduced range. Right, we'll start rolling then. Red 1, rolling.
Red 2 rolling.
Red 3 rolling.
Yellow 1 rolling.
Yellow 2 rolling.
Blue 1 rolling.
Blue 2 rolling.
Blue 3 rolling.
Blue 4 rolling. Green 2 rolling.
Okay, Manhay 11 o'clock from red. Town 2 smoke plumes coming from it. So coming left for 150, follow the road from it, looking out for targets on the left wing. Correction for heading is be 145.
Flat. Looking up flat. Red 2 moving into formation. Mission line 2.
Red S in. Red coming right. Column of vehicles, road, 8 o'clock from red. Gonna have to circle around the attack. Yellow, if you can see them from where you are, you're going to lead in the attack.
Copy, I see. Right in the forested area, right?
Yep, yeah, right in the forest. It's a road, so it can be a south-north attack.
Copy that. If the other section have eyes on yellow section, you can follow us in and attack maybe. Yellow section go left hand and then attack the column at the road by the forest. Left hand, Buster go.
By the city, south side of the city.
Flag coming up.
Green has eyes on flag.
Cleared in on flat to green.
Say again.
It's cleared in on flat to green.
Green in from the north. Green 2, follow me. We're going on that flag.
Red section right. Properly now.
Significant ground units on the northern tip of the little village, just on the outside of the river.
Kilo 1
That's the knuckle target.
Roger.
Not how Stinger.
1, dropping in.
Yellow section, stay straight, head back to Mannheim, then left hand upwards and go back.
Plenty of targets.
2-2 in from the south.
Red will attack close to blue. We're going to cut across the road west-east, and then we'll peel in from there. Green, if you still have ordnance, follow red in.
Blue 3 in hot on the south.
Yellow section, you have eyes on me. I'm climbing towards Mannheim, along the road.
Yeah, I'm on your yellow 2 on your low 6. 5.
I'm on your low 6 also.
Copy, I have one of you.
Blue 4, pulling out. What's visual? Blue 3.
Red section smoke in the forest is the position of the targets. We'll roll them and we'll be rolling in almost immediately afterwards. Everyone got eyes on it? Or had eyes on it in turn?
Roger. I got eyes.
Blue 4 330.
Yellow 1, I see red
Roger.
traces on the ground.
Copy,
Getting
copy.
close.
Red 1 in hot from the south.
Blue taking flag.
Roger,
Red
visual.
3 in hot.
Green will slot in behind red.
Red 2 behind red 3.
Mid column was a bit of a crush. Lots of stuff destroyed. Trying to take the rest out.
Red 4, brilliant.
Coming left, blue.
Red 1 off north.
Yellow section is turning south now from Mannheim.
Green section in hot from the south. Green 2, your rocket's free.
Yellow section, anyone has rockets left?
Negative.
Good. Want to stray something?
Yeah, let's see if we can find something along the road.
Red section all visual with me heading north. Angels 5.
Red 4 check.
Roger. I'm on your 6, red 1.
Clear.
Red 1
Green
Blue
2, target northern end of column, I'll target zone end.
Red 2 following red 3. Red 1 Blue 3.
Sent.
Blue 4 still has rounds to fire. What would you like me to attack?
See if there's anything left in the column to clean up.
Roger.
Red section coming left for IP. Does anyone in red still have rockets to fire?
Red 2,
Oh.
yes I do.
Green 2, I have rockets.
Roger. Red 3 and 4, your Winchester.
Yellow
Winchester,
section,
go
echelon
on.
right. Echelon right, go.
Roger. Red 3, push RV spar.
Roger.
Yellow, push RV spar with strafing times complete. Red
Copy.
2, follow me.
Red 2 copy.
Blue section, we're following yellow in for a strafing run. Coming left soon.
Roger.
Green 2,
Red
green
2,
1.
can you slow down a little?
You can take the lead if you still have rockets.
Red 4, red 1.
Yeah, go for red 1.
Should I stick with red 3?
Yes.
Roger.
Yellow and blue, once the strafing runs complete, push RV spar.
Copy that, red 1.
And green, go for Dingo.
Picture still clear, continue. Your discretion.
Roger, we are almost rounds complete on the target. We also have visual confirmation on Knuckles' target. They are at the very northern end of Houffalize, north of the river.
Thank you, Dingo. We'll pass.
Green 2,
Red.
cut my corner and I'll follow you.
Red 4, red 3.
What?
Yellow section heading 000 climb.
Go on, red 1.
I'm low on your 6.
Roger.
There are 4 half tracks on the very northern side of the column, so come in a little offset on the road, you can get them.
Roger.
Red 2, red 1, I'm throttling back. Push past me on my left. You have lead into the target. I'll follow you in and retake me off north.
Blue 1 in hot.
Blue 2 in hot from the south.
Blue 3 in hot from the south.
Blue 4 in hot, south.
Blue section, when rounds complete on this run, push RV start.
Yellow section is pushing RV spa right now. We are currently in 27.16.2.
Clear
Jump.
comms. Clear comms. Blue 4 tally on target.
Confirm.
Red 1, approach Blue 3 off.
Be
All
aware.
signs.
Blue 4 off.
Blue 4 330 up on you.
Go yellow 1.
We're taking flags, so just do some maneuvers, guys.
All call signs RV at Spa is at Angel 6. Red 2, red 1, turn into target from here. I will slot it behind you.
Red 2, Roger,
8
just
o'clock.
confirm target.
8 o'clock smoke in the forest.
Roger.
So turn it now and I'll slot it behind you.
Any remaining targets for green 2?
Follow in red and I'll call them to see them.
We have multiple contacts on our 3 and 9 o'clock on blue section.
Tally, is that east-northeast of IP?
The bombers coming in on our left and something going on our right.
Roger. Blue 1, Blue 3, no blind on you.
Red 3 and 4 at RV over spa.
Roger, enter left hand over Angel 6. Expect yellow from your south momentarily.
Roger.
Eyes on them. Right here, 9 o'clock.
Blue 3, red 4, I'm in liner. We're your 2 o'clock far lower.
Roger.
Yellow section orbiting spa, Angel 6.
Roger. Yellow section, if you are complete as a section, you are clear to push IP from liaison and good recovery. Let's get down nice and early as we only have 5 minutes to get back up as with Duff.
Copy that, red 1.
Blue 1 lead off our 10 o'clock.
Yellow 1 in break.
Red 4, come to my starboard.
Yellow 2 in the break.
Check.
Blue 1 entering your pattern.
Blue 1 with an aircraft off our 9 o'clock.
Roger, visual.
Red 1, green 1, I'm just about formed up with you, going echelon right.
Roger.
Red 3 into the break.
Yellow 1 turning base.
Blue 1 in the break.
Red 2 and green to the left.
2 in the break.
Check altimeters, some people are high.
Blue 1 turning base.
Yeah, red is slightly high to avoid traffic.
Red 3 on final.
Red 4 and final. 3 ahead.
Blue 2 turning base.
Red 1 break.
Red 2 break.
Red 4 landing right.
Green 1 braking.
Blue 1 base 27. Blue
Green
3.
2 break.
Blue 1 finals, 3 ahead.
Blue 4 base, 3 ahead.
Blue 2 on final, 4 ahead. Landing leftmost.
Blue 3 final, 27 visual, 2 ahead, 1 vacating right.
Red 4 is vacating right.
Blue 4 finals, visual 3 ahead.
Red 1 base.
Landing left.
Blue 2 vacating left.
Green 1 base. 2 ahead.
Green 2 base.
Red 1 final 27. Landing right visual 2 ahead and 1 clearing right.